Okay, we've gotten the heart out of the Alice Chalmers. As you can see, here is the little 2-cylinder diesel. I was able to actually lift that out by hand. It's not as heavy as it looks, surprisingly. Emily helped me out. So as you guys know, I was unable to drain the oil out of this thing within the chassis due to a few design flaws, which I'll show you in a second. But what we did was we pulled it out, we turned it sideways. I had Emily hold it. It was resting on the front right tire. It was okay, but I had her hold it just in case, and we held it in position. We were able to get a ratchet on there, got the plug out, got the oil drained, and there was quite a bit in there. There was no metal flakes, which is good, so internally this engine should be good. I strained it through a funnel, so if a tight woven strain on the funnel. So anyways, it's out. I got the intake plugged off right there. I got both both lines for the radiator plugged off. He's going to have to replace the radiator hose right here. It goes from the water pump and it goes through a little metal transition piece and it goes out to the radiator. That hose is kind of rotted. I'll tell him he's going to have to replace that one. Fan's fine. All the wiring is still intact on here. The alternator is still on. Also, while it was draining, I was able to get the oil pump to suck dry, basically. Turn the engine back and forth a little bit, get a little bit of excess oil out of the oil pump. The guy is a mechanic, so he should know how to prime an oil system before he goes to start it up, so I'm not too worried about doing that. He just wanted all the oil out of the engine, so if we do end up shipping at UPS, they don't like having oil and stuff or fuel and stuff, and I'm going to try to do my best to abide by the rules. But anyways, here is the chassis. The issue was that plate right there. If they would have put an elbow on the bottom of the drain and ran it either to the left or to the right, you can actually see a hole right there. And there's a hole on this side right here. I wonder if the stock oil drain went left or right. I'm not really sure how the original engine would have been set up in here. Also, 3 of the bolts were welded in place. The one came out. So it was a little bit interesting figuring out, okay, why isn't this not releasing, and why is it all welded up? So it's actually not a bad idea. The engine was actually sitting on studs, so it's not a huge deal. But we got it out and got sitting on these I don't know what you really call these mats. I've seen them in like garage mats, I guess you'd call it. But got a little bit of oil spill, nothing major. Of course, it flies over while I'm doing my video. Sorry about that. Of course, an airplane wants to fly over when I'm making my video. But anyways, I'm working on an idea for a crate. It will most likely just be the bottom half of the crate, since he's going to be coming to pick the engine up. I want to give it a nice stable surface to sit on in the back of his truck. So he's got a fairly long drive, and then if he does decide to have it shipped, I need a bit of a crate to have it mounted to anyways. So my idea is we'll use a crate like this, and the 2x4s are going to be screwed to each side. Then we'll use the stock engine mounts as a rubber buffer, so if it bounces around, it's not going to cause any damage. So the actual 2x4 is a little bit too short because of the oil drain, and I don't want to use 2x6. I don't want to. So I'm just going to use the 2x4s, the rubber isolators that were underneath the engine, and most likely screw it down with a couple big washers. That should hold it in place. 4 screws should be fine on this, and maybe a ratchet strap or something over top. But like I said, it's not going to go anywhere once it's all on there. If it does get shipped, I'll make a couple upright pieces for each 4 corner, and we'll shrink wrap it. But other than that, it's out, working on the crate, and it should be done very, very soon. Crate is now complete. I just got to cut off these ends right here, here, and this end right here. Just in case I am shipping this, I'll be able to build sides on this quite easy. I'm going to go tomorrow, get 4 lag bolts to bolt the engine to the boards, and everything should be good. Got enough clearance on this side to the crankshaft. I have just enough clearance on this side to the fan. I can actually slide the engine to the left a touch if I need to. The exhaust manifold clears even if I do slide the engine over. The muffler fits right down there at the bottom. The radiator will fit on top. This is all if I'm shipping it. If I'm not shipping it, I'm not building sides. I'll just bolt the engine to this to the base of the crate I built here with leg bolts. But the wood's really wet because we've had so much weird weather lately. We've had rain, we've had snow, we've had major snowstorms, and we've been snowed in a couple days a few weeks ago, and now it's all gone. So the wood's very wet. So this wood was initially in a garage and it was dry. Unfortunately, whenever I got it, they were already starting to cut it up, and I got some of the good lengths. But free wood is free wood. All this was going to get done is just get burned anyways. So I'm happy I'm able to use it to build this crate. At least the base of the crate, or it might evolve into a full crate. And I'd like to say thank you to Emily Loves Her Dogs. There she is, for helping me out with the crate, and for helping me pull the engine out as well. Without her, this may have went a lot worse. But it's a two-person job really to get this engine out. I pretty much lifted it out myself. I had her hold it for me while I was getting it out and getting it out of the way. But that's pretty much it for this video. The tractor looks very bare, and just gotta clean up, and Shania's about to bark.
No, you're not.
And we are pretty much done for the day. So I'll talk to them later. Please give her a neck like always, and please try and comment.